Good morning. Please stand with me and we'll sing our song on the wall, Beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Welcome to Valley Community Church Divine Science. Do we have any visitors today? It's just good friends. Good. Glad to see each of you. Today is Earth Day. It was first celebrated April 22nd, 1970. And Rick has picked up some special songs for us later in the service as we sing our hymns. Thanks, Rick. Our special musician will be William Penn, and our equipment reader is Pam Woods. And
I'm Pam Woods. That's the Pam.
oh, I'm sorry. Pam.
My apologies.
I'm sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I have so many cool things to read to you, but it was hard to choose. So, back in 2014, I wrote this for you. I have a little spiritual thing that I do sometimes, where I read a daily Taoist koan, and then I reflect on it in my journal. So on this particular day, I wrote about attachment. And the koan reads, "The monk shaved his head as a symbol of renunciation, but now goes nowhere without his little cap." Perhaps one of our great attachments is language, for it defines us all our days. In order to appear humble, I say, "Oh, I'm so clumsy." And then I'm surprised when I become clumsy by definition. I say our attachments can be adjusted. Give up those things that may falsely determine your calling. A monk may need to give up his hair and don a cap, I say, There is less hypocrisy in aligning oneself with a calling and accepting the identifying attachments. We are all different, and it benefits us to see who we really are.
That was Pam Woods.
Another word attached to that.
Our first song is in number 4. Verse 1, 2, and 4. The bounty of the earth. Please rise when you have it.
You all are well this day, this beautiful, beautiful day. This is from 1 John 4, 7, and 8. I learned this as a child. I was taught to say it often and out loud to my dear Auntie Dot, who was a minister, and so I did whatever she said. Beloved, let us love one another, for God is of love. And he that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. So when I didn't act in a loving way, she said, 1 John 4, 7, and 8. And I would spout out, Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God. Let us think of love this very moment as omnipresent, as infinite. Let's think of it as boundless and changeless love. And I want to say a few statements here to help you get thinking about it. Let there be just a little moment of silence in between each statement while you think about love is of God. First one. Love is the cause of all things. Love is the source of all things. Love is controlling all things. Love is the eternal presence within me. It's guiding me in all my ways. And the last one, pure, divine, and perfect love is the very soul of the whole universe. You know, when we're unhappy or we do something unkind, I hope that you feel this little pulling inside. Or maybe sometimes if you're just indifferent. Because when those things happen, we are really and truly acting contrary to our very core nature. Because our core nature is that we're always pure and we're always loving. And here's a strange little story. Well, maybe you won't find it so strange. You know, when we are in full realization of that kind of love, that God love, we can actually call loving things into manifestation. Try this. If you've ever had someone who is being quite nasty to you, that's happened to me, raise your hand if it's happened to you. Right? Thank you, I'm not the only one. Sometimes, if you're thinking about it, and hopefully as you grow and grow in your spirit, you'll be thinking about it. When someone is acting in a way that is harmful or hurtful or just spiteful or mean, it helps to say, oh, what loving, wonderful nature I see in you. Now, probably or possibly they might say, I am not loving, and that's just not true. Don't say that about me. I'm speaking from experience here. Someone said that to me. But what I found happened was the very next time I saw them, which was only about an hour later, this is what I got instead of snap, snap, growl, growl. I got, hey. Hey. It was just a look. It was a feel. And I thought, there it is. There it is. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing your true self. Sometimes people just need to be reminded. Or maybe they just don't want to be nasty and mean to you anymore. Whichever way it is. Isn't it good? It's good. So sometimes we can just say, I'm looking past. I'm just picking on you guys because you're right here. I'll go over here. I'm looking past that facade of yours. I'm looking past it. And what I'm seeing is your true loving nature. Because we are all one. Now, not everybody will accept all that. So just say, yeah, I see your loving nature. And let's see if that works, right? Because God is love. He that loveth not knoweth not God, not yet, hasn't recognized it. But beloved, let us love one another. Let's say our statement of being together. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. I am the individualized expression of God, and I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. All right, William.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, William.
I'm filling in for somebody. So.
And we're glad you're here.
We like it.
We are standing on holy ground. We are loving angels all around. Let us praise Jesus now. We are standing in His presence on holy ground. We are standing on holy ground. We are standing with angels all around. Let us praise Jesus now. We are standing in His presence on holy ground. Lord, be glorified. Be glorified in my life. Lord, be glorified today. In my home, Lord, be glorified. Be glorified in my home. Now be glorified today. In your church, Lord, be glorified. Be glorified in your church. Lord, be glorified today. In my heart, Lord, be glorified. Be glorified in my heart. Lord, be glorified today. In my heart, Lord, be glorified. Be glorified in my heart, Lord. Be glorified today.
Lovely, thank you. All right, let's get ready for a time of meditation. Do we have any prayer requests? Not today. All right, before we begin our meditation. Oh, yes.
I'd like to pray very hardly for a very dear friend of mine. Her name is Joyce.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah. All right. If you have someone in your mind or heart that you would like for us to pray for, all that's necessary is that you just lift them up right now. Most gracious God, we thank you, for we know that there are people who trust us to say a prayer for them. Because we know that we are one with you, we are bold when we say we see them in perfect health. Whether it be health of body, health of mind, health of spirit, we thank you that your nature is all is good. Now let's get ourselves into a comfortable way. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Let go of all that separates us, or all that you perceive keeps us separate. Feel your oneness right now. See it in your mind's eye, in whatever way you choose. And in your stillness, know there is one God who is above all and through all and in all. Know this day that God is love and God is omnipresent. And so it follows that love is also omnipresent. Sit in full recognition that love is above all, through all, and in all. Every visible or invisible thing in our creation is filled with this power and perfection of love. And know that when this love idea fills your thoughts, that you can open your eyes to the truth of this love everywhere. Know that it's your decision to let that love so shine from you that it illuminates all of your world. Now sit for a moment in this quiet stillness. Make an inner commitment to this abounding love. Claim that it is yours and yours always. Let us take about a minute or so. Revel in the joy of it. Come unto me, the divine within you. Come unto me, and I will give you rest. Rest from all of your false beliefs. Rest in the divine activity, which is always thinking in and through you. I will give you rest and harmony and peace. Come unto me, I'll give you rest in the divine idea, perfect within you. I will help you to think with the all good and such peace as you have never dreamed of will enter and be there in your very core. And in the quiet peacefulness of this room, we will pray our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed is thy name. Thy kingdom is come, thy will is done, on earth as it is in heaven. Thou givest us this day our daily bread. Thou forgivest us our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Thou leadest us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and all the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Brought some water with me. I was looking for that bottle and it just is not there. Hope you're feeling good today. I'm reading from 1 Corinthians. And I love the way chapter 13 starts. And now I will show you the most excellent way. Isn't that a fabulous way? Well, here you go. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong, or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. And now, in case you were wondering, here's what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. That's a hard one, right? Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Now I keep this, it's on a little banner hanging in my classroom, because many days I need to be reminded about what love is. Now don't take that to mean I don't love children, I do. I chose that as my career, but sometimes they're not very loving back. Sometimes I have to say it to them so they can say it to themselves. You know, they're having an argument or a fight. I can say, wait a minute now. Let us love one another. See, I slip that in. I don't have to tell them that's from 1 John 4, 7 and 8. I say, remember, love is patient and kind. And I tell them this a lot. So when I say to them, in the middle of the day or at the end of the day, I love you, they understand what I'm talking about. Well, there's something called the Flame of Love Project that I want to tell you about today. Believe it or not, they're calling it the science of godly love. Now, is that not two ideas you've maybe not heard a lot of put together? There's actually something now that's been in effect or in place since 2001 called the Institute for Research on Unlimited Love. It was founded by a man named John Templeton. Here's what he said in an interview. How can godly love and being loved by God motivate people to engage in selfless service to others? This is what I'm about, he said. This project of mine seeks to transform social science by taking God seriously. My only issue is how do I teach this to other people? And he said the only way I can figure it out is through transmitted example. A man named Howard Becker, who is the author and founder of this Love Foundation Incorporation, defines love as this. Love is simply an unlimited way of being. And so, we have now something every May 1st that if you haven't heard about, I'm glad you're hearing about it today. It's called Global Love Day, and it's celebrated May 1st. If you want more information about it, look it up on the internet. It is global. And all around this earth, people are finding ways to, and I'm quoting, teach it through transmitted example. Now, when we allow love to be our focus in life, I believe we can expand this to every single daily activity that we have, even eating. I love food. It takes strength and courage to be and to share love. I'm not joking when I tell you this. Sometimes it can be difficult. It does take strength and courage. Not too long ago, I had an experience that did not help me feel loved. It didn't help me feel loving. As a matter of fact, I cried about it. I threw a few things. I didn't break anything, but I threw a few things. And then I decided I was going to have to be angry for a while. And then I just said, no, wait a minute. That's not me. That's not who I am. Whatever decisions I'm making or whatever things I'm going to say, I want to say it from a place of love. And I don't mind telling you that sometimes the ministers of this church, which are the people of this church, minister to me and remind me that's not love. And so I quickly get back to it. Thank you for that. Let me say to you now that you make a difference. You really make a difference. What if I told you that your love is all healing and all protecting? It says so right here, and I believe it. Love never fails. It rejoices and it always protects and hopes and trusts. Well, here's what I found out for myself, and I want you to find out for yourself. That if I am in a loving thought place, I find it impossible to judge at the same time. And because I'm reminding myself always that I am love, and I'm thankful to my great Auntie Dot, who would say, 1 John 4:7-8, Beloved, let me love one another, for God is of love, and everyone who loveth God knoweth God. God is love. That I am learning to surrender my need to punish anyone, to condemn. I'm losing my need to criticize people. I'm surrendering my need to want to be the winner or to control other people or decide whether someone is being right or wrong. Because I've discovered that in the absence of love, these things happen. Now this time I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but I am going to ask you to think about it deeply. Is there someone you can name in your life right now that you wished, notice I used the past tense, that you wished to punish in some way? Or who is that person in your life that you can think of right now that you criticize or condemn sometimes? Or how about that someone that you wish you could control? You could control their choices, their decisions. Or maybe that person that you just say to yourself, I cannot keep my mouth shut. I want to tell them they're wrong because they're wrong. My guess is that we can all think of individuals that we could do that to. But I'm telling you, think of it now as a call to love. You see, don't condemn yourself either. That's not loving you. But if you've had those feelings of desire to do those kinds of things, I say today can be your day of surrender. Just surrender those thoughts. And consider it a call to love. Seek and you shall find love's presence, love's peace, and love's joy. I know that sometimes we live in fear. We live in fear of our failing health, or we live in fear of loss of some kind or another. I'm deciding lately that I will not live in fear. That in the midst of fear, I'm going to love boldly. I've made a commitment to myself to not just love the obvious, which is all of you. I can love you all easily. But I'm going to also try to show more love to the challenging. Think of that person right now in your life that is the challenging one to show love to. And if you don't see it on the outside right away, there is something you can do. You can say, I see your love nature. I'm telling you, I believe that this will transform your whole experience. Now here's the catcher. You can't expect a return. You can't expect that someone is just going to change immediately. I say let's love just to love. Let's just love to love an unwanted circumstance, unwanted people, unfriendly people, an unwanted situation. All of these need our love and our blessing. And yes, it might be hard at first. But when you practice who you really are, it becomes easier. I'm going to make a few declarations to you today. I declare to you that within you is an unlimited supply of love, and that you hold the key to its release. I want to declare to you right now that fear and doubt and anger and hate have no more control over your lives than you're allowing it to. I'm declaring to you that acting in a loving way is a choice that you can make every single moment. And if you haven't been loving, don't judge or condemn yourself. Start right now, this very moment. Realize that you are a powerful spiritual being and that you can create with love. You just have to take care of your thoughts and your feelings and make sure that they are reflecting you positively. Now, another thing I'm trying to do, and I've talked about this in class, so maybe you'll remember, I'm really working on being an observer of my own actions. And I'm trying to ensure that all of my actions have a loving intent. Well, I want you to take a loving action today, if you will. Let's take what we've heard and let's put it into place. Let's do something. Well, I've collected a whole bunch of cards, and I don't know if I brought enough for everyone. I brought 30. Here's the great part about them. Oops, let me just put it on the floor, closer to the floor. Isn't that? They all have some lovely picture, and look what's inside. nothing yet. Isn't it nice when you get a card and someone shows you love of some kind? Here's what my mother said to me. I don't want anything for my birthday. Nothing but something from you. Tell me about your heart. Tell me about your thinking. And then I found out that my mom is so right, because in my cabinet at home are a whole bunch of cards or letters that are love letters from my son. Even when he couldn't spell, I still kept them when he was 6. And every Mother's Day or every birthday now, he gives me a card, one that has, oh, Mother, you're so wonderful, blah, blah. On the inside it says something great that someone else wrote, right? Oh, mothers are this and mothers are that, and you're the best of all of those, and you're my hero, right? The last one I got had like a Wonder Woman on the front, and on the inside it said, you're the hero in my life. Wasn't that sweet? But he didn't write that. Someone else wrote that. And then before he leaves, he slips me a little card that says nothing on the inside, printed by someone else, but words that he writes from his heart. It means more to me than anything. I love those. Those are the ones I keep. So I'm going to give you a chance today to write a card to someone. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be your mother or your parent at all. It could be a friend, a significant other. It could be a neighbor. But what I'm telling you is, in celebration of Global Love Day, coming on May 1st, when is May 1st? Tuesday? Or am I not there yet?
Tuesday after.
Two Tuesdays away.
Tuesday after next. It's coming up. Make sure you love someone with something personal that you write. Now, maybe one or two of these cards might say thank you on the outside. But I'm going to pass them around and I'm going to ask you to take one. And please honor me enough that if you take it, you're going to write on it. Okay? Don't trash it. Please, I'm looking you in the eyes. Don't trash them. But just take a look through them as we finish up and pick one that you want to write on. So I've done the shopping for you. Right? But you have to do the hard stuff. Doug, would you start? Thanks. All right, so just pass that around. So in closing, I'd like to say that love is your nature. It really is. It's also your decision. Holy Spirit causes you to be divine love. So accept it. Accept that you are here to love. I'm going to say weep with love, laugh with love, receive love, and live love. And there are 3 things that will endure: faith, hope, and love. But will you say the last part with me? And the greatest of these is love. Let's pray for a moment. Most gracious God, thank you that today we feel love so deeply. Thank you that we have opportunity to change every doubt and fear, every feeling of condemnation, every feeling of punishment. Yes, we have opportunity and power to change all those to love in only a moment. Thank you that we can look into the pages of Corinthians and find exactly what love is. Help us to always remember those ideas and those words. Let us always be reminded that true peace is found when we are at peace within. Amen.
Anointing fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Let the power of the Holy Ghost fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Let the power of the Holy Ghost fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Break me, melt me, mold me, fill me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on me. Break me, melt me, hold me, fill me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Anointing fall on me. Anointing fall on me. Let the Spirit of the Holy Ghost fall on me. Anointing fall on me.
Now's the time in our service for the blessing of the gifts. If you'll prayerfully recite with me the blessing of the gifts, it's in your orders of service. Today, I acknowledge God, omnipresent, as the source of all good, as the source of my good. With this acknowledgement, I accept His will, which is abundance in every aspect of my life. I release all thoughts of lack and limitation, and I am open and receptive to the increased flow of abundance to me right now. I joyfully accept the gifts of life and give freely of the special gift that I am. Through me, God omnipresent, blesses and multiplies this gift for all. Thank you, dear God.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. First off, I hope everybody had a good time at the movie Friday night. I think we did. We laughed a lot and ate a lot. And for the people that didn't come, I hope you can make the next event that we have. But we had a really good time. And speaking of that, I want to thank everybody, the events people, that's Kate and Pam and Wendy and other people. Every time we have an event here, it just doesn't, stuff just doesn't show up. You know, there's always people that work to get these things done. And also, so I want to, I don't emphasize this enough, but I know the money keeps the church going, but also everything that everybody does around here. We have yard work that gets done and all kinds of things that go on around here to keep this church going and making it look as good as it does. And so, hope you take time just to thank people for what they do. I personally just want to say thank you to everybody that does something. Sometimes I don't get around to thank them every day like I should, but everybody around here does a lot of hard work, especially for the yard work. And Jerry, he takes care of everything that needs fixing around here. So, so we really appreciate it because these things help keep the church running also. So we really do appreciate it. So take the time to just thank people for what they do. Let's see, yesterday we had a funeral here, and the food that was left over, the Goodman family gave it to us, so there's plenty of food left. We have a great lunch over there for that from yesterday, so please go over there and help yourself today. Let's see, our next event is this coming Friday night, if that's right. We're all playing, the dominoes are still playing. It's called Salem After 5 at the Salem Market. It's from 6 to 9. What's the cost? Do y'all, is it $5?
It's either 5 or 6.
To get in. Anyhow, the dominoes are playing with Mr. Rick there, so come and support him. We tried to add that to our events this year so that we could make that. Some of us always would try to get together and go anyhow, but we're trying to make it an event so that we can go and do that. So anybody that wants to go, it's at 6 o'clock. It's Friday night. This week's flowers are for Pam Cobbett. Happy birthday, Pam. A little late, but happy birthday. Also, if you have not voted for the 2 officers for the board, please do so. The ballots are out there. There's some here, and we mail them to people that don't come on a regular basis. So the rest of you, hopefully we'll pick them up here. So please do that. They have to be in by next Sunday. So I appreciate that. Also yesterday, I just wanted to pass this on, and as Melanie said today, and you've heard me say many times before, that the ministers aren't the only people that are ministers of the church. We're all ministers of the church. And so, you know, when you go forth out in the neighborhood and people see how you act and everything, they ask, will you go to church? Well, then you tell them. But anyhow, yesterday we were here, and I was the usher at the funeral, and this lady I saw her come in, and she had only been here a few minutes, and she went to the restroom. She came back and she said, I want you to know you have a beautiful church. And she said, it has such great vibes. She said, it just makes me happy to be here. So later on, while we were eating, she came and talked to Pam and Melanie and said this is what she was looking for. Unfortunately, she lives 2 hours away. But Pam told her, you can watch us on the internet. So go and watch, pull up our website. And for you all that aren't here on Sundays, you could, our service as Kamara tries to get it on by Monday, no later than Tuesday. So you can always go back and watch it if you missed it, or you can go back and watch it again if you want to get a message for again. But they're on there, I think they're on there for the last 2 or 3 years. She just archives them. So make sure that some people still didn't realize we were doing that, but yes, that's an ongoing thing. It's just not, we don't broadcast it right this minute, but it's out there the next day, or within the next couple of days. But I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd pass that on because it really, I told the lady, I said, you really made my day by saying that. So I thought, just by being here those few minutes, she got that good feeling from being in our church, so thanks.
With good vibes, we all stand and sing, all things bright and beautiful. Sorry. You have number 2.
While you're singing, I'm sorry, I forgot to pass the prayer message. We don't want to give up opportunity to take names. So if you'll do that while we sing.
Verses 1, 2, and 4. Number 2, 1, 2, and 4.